Right. So tonight, we're going back in time
Oh,
to
cool.
1987
Okay.
to this seemingly ordinary place,
Yeah.
a 7-Eleven in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we're going there is because we got this like raw footage
Wow.
that was shot by somebody just like wandering around late at night,
Okay.
just capturing like the sights and sounds of that era.
Interesting.
It's like your own personal time machine.
Well, and what's so fascinating about this is that it's not like some Paul L. documentary.
Right.
It's unfiltered reality.
Yeah.
And that makes it an incredibly valuable primary source. It gives us a glimpse into everyday life in a way that formal histories often miss.
Yeah, it's not about like presidents or wars.
Right.
It's about like the people, the products, and the vibe
Hmm.
of a very specific time and place.
Right.
And speaking of vibe,
Yeah.
one thing that immediately jumps out is just how different the social landscape was.
Yeah.
I mean, no cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
People are actually talking to each other, making eye contact.
Can you imagine?
It really highlights the impact of constant digital connection on our lives, doesn't it?
Right.
In 1987, there were no notifications,
Yeah.
no social media feeds,
Yeah.
no pressure to document every moment.
Right.
It makes you wonder how that impacted everything,
Yeah.
from social interactions to perceptions of time and boredom.
Absolutely. It's almost like stepping into an alternate reality.
Yeah.
But then there are those details that feel strangely familiar.
Right.
Like, we see this young woman trying to buy beer with the military draft card.
Wow.
Talk about a blast from the past.
Yeah.
But it's a reminder that even in the mundane,
Uh-huh.
we can find these historical echoes.
Absolutely. And these seemingly insignificant moments can actually tell us a lot about the larger social and cultural forces at play.
Oh, interesting.
For example, the fact that this 7-Eleven is open late at night
Yeah.
is a reflection of the growing trend towards 2047 consumerism.
So it's not just about grabbing a Slurpee.
Right.
It's about a shift in how people were living, working, and consuming.
Yeah. And speaking of consuming,
Yeah.
let's talk about those like iconic 80s products.
Oh, yeah.
Remember 59-cent super big gulps
Wow.
or Dixie Crystal Sugar?
Yo.
Some brands have stood the test of time,
Yeah.
while others have vanished completely.
It's a reminder that even in something as seemingly simple as a convenience store,
Right.
we can see the evolution of branding, marketing, and consumer preferences.
Totally.
Why did some products become cultural touchstones while others faded into obscurity?
It's fascinating to think about, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of fascinating,
Okay.
we can't forget about the characters who bring this footage to life.
Right.
Like the French tourist with a mirror inexplicably attached to his chin.
I know. It might seem like a random detail,
Yeah.
but even that speaks to a larger trend.
Okay.
The growing interconnectedness of the world, even in 1987.
Wow.
Globalization was already making its mark,
Uh-huh.
bringing diverse cultures and experiences together in unexpected ways.
Yeah, it's like a microcosm of what was happening on a global scale.
Right.
And what's so cool is that this footage lets us be a fly on the wall,
Yeah.
observing these interactions and trends as they were unfolding.
And that's the beauty of primary sources.
Yeah.
They offer a direct window into the past, unfiltered by later interpretations.
Right.
It's like we're time travelers eavesdropping on conversations and witnessing history firsthand.
So we've got this, like, seemingly mundane footage
Yeah.
of a 7-Eleven in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already sparking all these insights about consumerism,
Right.
social dynamics,
Yeah.
and even globalization.
Wow.
Where do we go from here?
Well, let's dive deeper into some of these themes.
Okay.
For example, what does this footage tell us about the pre-internet social landscape?
Okay.
How did people connect, build relationships, and experience their communities in a world without constant digital connection?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about how much our social lives just totally revolve around these like digital platforms now.
Right.
Back in 87, those connections were forged face to face right there, like
Yeah.
in line for a coffee or like browsing the magazine rack.
Totally. And those chance encounters,
Right.
those brief moments of connection with strangers
Yeah.
were probably a lot more common.
Right.
And think about it. You couldn't just disappear into your phone.
Yeah.
You were more present,
Right.
more aware of your surroundings,
Yeah.
and honestly, probably more likely to engage with the people around you.
It's true. I mean, I still chat with people like in line at the coffee shop,
Right.
but it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Everyone's usually just like glued to their screens.
Right. And that sense of shared experience, that feeling of being part of a community
Yeah.
might have been stronger in a pre-internet world.
Yeah.
Even in a place as seemingly anonymous as like a convenience store, there was this sense of connection, like a shared understanding of the social norms and the rituals of that time.
It makes you wonder if we've lost something in the transition to a hyperconnected world.
Yeah.
Have we traded those like spontaneous interactions
Yeah.
for like a curated online persona?
Totally.
Have we sacrificed depth for breadth?
It's a question worth considering, for sure.
Yeah.
And this footage provides like a fascinating glimpse
Right.
into a world where those trade-offs didn't exist.
Right.
It's a world where boredom wasn't something to be avoided at all costs, but
Yeah.
rather like an opportunity for reflection,
Yeah.
observation, or simply like being present in the moment.
Yeah. You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
When I see that payphone in the footage, I remember how much anxiety I used to feel
yeah.
when I had to like use one.
Right.
It was like a performance.
Yeah.
Hoping nobody was like listening in and praying I had enough change.
That's a great point. Technology, even something as simple as like a payphone,
Right.
shapes our behavior and our interactions
That's
in
right.
ways that we might not even realize.
Yeah.
Today, we might feel anxious if our phone battery dies. But back then, like the fear of being disconnected was tied to a physical object, a specific location.
It's a completely different kind of anxiety, isn't it?
Totally.
And speaking of anxiety,
Okay.
wouldn't the lack of instant communication also create a different sense of like urgency
Oh, yeah.
or even danger?
For sure.
Like if something happened, you couldn't just call for help immediately.
Absolutely. There was like a certain level of risk and uncertainty that came with not being constantly connected.
Yeah.
It forced people to be more resourceful,
Uh-huh.
more self-reliant, and perhaps even more aware of their surroundings. You
Right.
couldn't rely on like GPS or
Mm.
quick Google search. You had to navigate the world using like your wits and a good old-fashioned map.
Imagine that getting lost without being able to just like pull up directions on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
It must have been both frustrating and exhilarating.
Exactly. And it speaks to a broader point
Okay.
about how technology has fundamentally altered our relationship with time and space.
Yeah.
In 1987, the world felt bigger,
Yeah.
more mysterious, and perhaps even a little bit more magical.
And that brings us back to this idea of like 247 consumerism
Right.
that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The 7-Eleven in the footage is open all night, which was like a relatively new concept back then. Was that like a sign of things to come?
It was definitely a harbinger of the always-on, hyper-connected world we live in today.
Yeah.
The convenience of 247 access was starting to reshape people's expectations and habits.
Huh.
And as work-life boundaries blurred,
Yeah.
the need for readily available goods and services just increased.
So even back then, people were starting to prioritize convenience
Yeah.
and instant gratification.
Right.
But did that come at a cost?
That's a great question, and one that historians and social scientists are still grappling with.
Yeah.
Some argue that 247 consumerism led to a decline in community life
Okay.
as people became more isolated and focused on like individual consumption.
Right.
Others point to the economic benefits and increased freedom of choice.
Yeah. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Right.
But it's fascinating to see how these trends were already taking shape in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Even in something as simple as a late-night trip to the 7-Eleven.
It's a reminder that even the most mundane aspects of our lives can be windows into larger social and cultural transformations.
Right.
And it makes you wonder what seemingly ordinary aspects of our present-day lives
Yeah.
will fascinate future generations.
It's like, what will be the 7-Eleven footage of the 2020s?
Right.
What will historians be analyzing 100 years from now to try and understand who we were and how we lived?
It's an intriguing thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will they be poring over like our social media feeds, trying to decipher the meaning of memes and viral trends?
Or maybe they'll be studying our online shopping habits,
Right?
trying to understand the appeal of like next day delivery
Yeah.
and personalized algorithms.
Perhaps they'll be analyzing our fitness trackers and sleep data,
Wow.
trying to piece together our obsession with self-optimization
Right.
and quantifying every aspect of our lives.
Wow. When you put it that way,
Yeah,
it really puts things in perspective.
totally.
It's a reminder that we're all creating history every day,
Uh-huh.
even in the most ordinary moments.
And that those seemingly insignificant details,
Yeah.
the things we take for granted, can hold profound meaning for future generations.
So we've talked about the social landscape, the impact of technology,
Right.
and the rise of 247 consumerism.
Uh-huh.
What other insights can we glean from this 7-Eleven time capsule?
Well, one thing that stands out is the sheer variety of products on display.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those shelves stocked with everything from like cassette tapes
Yeah.
to microwave dinners?
Oh, yeah, and those magazine racks overflowing with, like, gossip rags and fitness magazines.
Right.
It was like a snapshot of 80s pop culture.
Exactly. And by analyzing those products, we can learn a lot about consumer tastes, marketing trends, and even like broader cultural values of the time.
So it's not just about nostalgia. It's about understanding how those products reflected the hopes, the fears, and aspirations of a generation.
Totally.
Yeah, it's wild to think that something as simple as a pack of gum
I know.
or a can of soda could be like a cultural artifact.
Right.
But that's exactly what they become when you view them through the lens of time.
Absolutely. And remember those brands we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
The ones that endured and the ones that vanished?
Yeah.
That's a whole other layer of insight.
Yeah.
Why did some products capture the zeitgeist while others faded into obscurity?
Well, some of it probably comes down to like marketing, right?
Yeah.
Like, were those iconic brands just better at telling a story?
Right.
Or connecting with consumers on an emotional level?
That's certainly part of it, but it also speaks to broader shifts in consumer preferences and cultural values. Think about it. The products that survive are often the ones that adapt to changing tastes and lifestyles.
Right.
They evolve with the times while still maintaining a core identity that resonates with consumers.
It's like they become part of the cultural fabric.
Exactly.
Woven into our collective memories and experiences.
And that's what makes the 7-Eleven footage so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's not just a collection of random products.
Right.
It's a reflection of who we were as a society, what we valued, and how we interacted with the world around us.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this like 1987 time capsule, what are some of the biggest takeaways for you?
For me, it's the reminder that history isn't just about grand narratives and sweeping events. It's also about the everyday moments, the seemingly insignificant details that shape our lives and define our culture.
Right.
And those details are often best understood through primary sources like this footage, which offer an unfiltered glimpse into the past.
Totally agree. It's like we got to step back in time and experience 1987 firsthand.
I know.
Not through textbooks or documentaries, but through the sights, sounds, and even the smells of that era.
And that's what makes this kind of exploration so powerful.
Yeah.
It's not just about learning facts.
Right.
It's about fostering empathy, understanding, and a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the past.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Indeed. It's been a fascinating journey back in time.
A huge thank you to you for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
And to all our listeners.
Yeah.
We hope this trip back to 1987 has sparked some reflections on how much the world has changed and maybe even how much has stayed the same.
Right.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, keep diving deep.
Absolutely.